Hello. Hey guys. Hi. How are you? Thank y'all for coming back. It is the Caramel Rail Show. We're back for our pop in today. Hi. Hello. Hello. Ooh, rushing, but we're here. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate everybody coming back. Let's see who we got in here. Let's see. Everybody's still coming in. I see you guys. Thank you guys for being here. All right, let's get into the show. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay, we have a lot of great topics for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about Will Smith's friend exposing him, guys. I was like, oh my God. Tasha K is going to be doing an interview with Will Smith's friend who knows him very, very well. And he's telling some stuff about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin. Now, we've been hearing rumors about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin. Tisha Campbell even came out and said that the reason why she and Dwayne kind of didn't make it is because Dwayne was hanging around Will Smith a whole lot. They were even taking vacations together and had like this bromance. So now Will Smith's friend is coming forward and he's telling some stuff, guys. And I'm like, it's juicy. So we're going to go over that. All right, we're going to talk about, I'm going to play the recording that Darius Jackson, Keke Palmer's now ex-boyfriend, recorded Kiki's mother threatening him. All right, so I'm going to play that for you guys because we did talk about it this morning. Then we're going to move on to a topic where I found where this woman is saying that she's breaking up with her boyfriend because he refuses to give her his passcode for like his phone and his, like social media stuff. So she's breaking up with him because of that. And then we're going to get into the Royce Reed interview, okay, with Carlos King, the part 2, which was very, very telling. Oh my gosh, she told a lot of stuff. We're going to get into that because it's very juicy. We've already done part 1. And I'm also going to play for you guys Benzino talking about his daughter Coi Leray, who we know she's up for a Grammy as well. He feels bad because he feels that the industry has damaged her, according to him. So we're going to talk about those topics. I'm going to save the Roy Reed interviews for last. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the show. Those are the topics we're going to be talking about tonight. All right. Yes, we are. So let's go ahead and get into what Will Smith's friend had to say. He's sitting down with Tasha K. It's kind of like a pre-interview, so to speak. And then he's going to do, somebody say you look beautiful in red. I appreciate it. I was like, what color do I want to wear tonight? Because y'all know I had on gold earlier. So I always come home and I like to change and get comfortable so I can, be doing my show, child. But thanks so much, Sheila Macy, okay, for the compliment. I appreciate it. But so let's get into what Will Smith's friend had to say. He's been friends with Will Smith for 40 years, guys, and he said he knows Jada as well. He knew Will Smith before his first son was born. Like, he knows so much about him, and we're going to talk about it. He knows about the bromance between Dwayne Martin and Will Smith as well. All right, so let's get into it. YouTube, I hope y'all don't flag my shit because he got real gruesome. All right.
My Instagram. You see the hundreds of celebrities that I've done business with, done things with. And during the latter years of our relationship, Will was not my friend. I was his friend. I was around before they had Trey. Jada was the woman that everybody wanted. And Will needed that validation to have that type of woman. You saw her say that Will Smith had a small dick? I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80 cars. You can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg. You can beat a person so much that they fall into submission. And who needs enemies when they got friends like you? Well, I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation. Somebody told me my picture's in the book. Your picture's in the book and your name is in the book. So you're doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up. I love that. I love that. You up. This is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say new. They probably been there after myself, right? They will make you check into a rehab. And they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're going to pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I've saw sexual acts that I walked in on. Who'd you walk in on? Him and Dwayne Martin. Okay. Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I had the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him, murder, like.
But he's talking about they were in the act, okay? Because he's steady saying the KILL word. We can't keep playing that. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that he's telling the truth, or do you guys think that this is a friend that Will probably fired or let go, and he's bitter, and now he's probably making up something? Do you think this is made up, or do you think this is something that is true? Because we've been hearing rumors for quite some time about Will Smith with guys, in particular Dwayne Martin and Tisha Martin. That used to be on the show, Martin. She did an interview a while back where she talked about there were some things that was going on between Will Smith and Dwayne Martin, where they had like this bromance going on, to where they actually took vacations together, and she would call him and could not reach him. Okay. But he would always be on the phone with Will, that he would always have time for Will. Lisa Ray, she actually came out and she was talking about when she was married to Michael Missick, who was the premiere over there at Turks and Caicos. She talked about how Dwayne Martin would also be over there with her husband as well, and that she would also see him with other guys as well. So it's crazy, like him and Will Smith would be lovey-dovey. So Lisa Ray has talked about it. Tisha Campbell Martin has talked about it. And there have been several rumors in Hollywood about Will Smith. Now, he's free to live how he wants to live. I know him and Jada have like this open, weird type marriage relationship to where they allow their, each other to go and do what they want to do. As we already know, they came out and said 6 years they've been separated. Maybe, just maybe, that's the reason why Tisha Campbell went ahead on and pulled that plug on the marriage, because they were married for a very long time. But when you get tired of holding a person's secret, and you get tired of feeling like you are the second wheel to someone else, when you took vows to them, then eventually you got to kind of cut ties and say, I can't do this anymore, because damn, what do you guys mean? What do you guys think about this? And what do you guys think this means? Oh my God. Is it surprising to me? Not really. Okay. It's not really surprising to me, especially after hearing about the August Alsina situation, and him allowing Jada to do what she wanted to do. I felt like because he was doing what he wanted to do. And he and Dwayne Martin, like I said, those rumors between the two of them have been out for quite some time. And the fact that they have been fooling around with each other for quite some time. Because y'all remember during the time Lisa was married to the Turks and Caicos, like Turks and Caicos guy, Michael Missick, like, damn, that's been some years. So, and it's said and alleged that the two of them still hang out. Dwayne Martin and yeah. So this guy says he walked in on Dwayne Martin and Will Smith in Dwayne Martin's dressing room, and Will Smith child was bent over, honey. And he wasn't looking for no change off the floor. I just want to say that. All right. So yeah, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, ooh. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, y'all. It's not surprising, but it's crazy. And he was saying that they were going to town, and the child, like, they were going to town. And so much so too, when he walked in the door, like they didn't give a damn that he was standing there. Like, they were just so into it like that. Like, damn. Oh my God. So who child? I don't know what to say, child. It's giving booty brownie vibes. But hey, if you like it, I absolutely love it. Okay. I really do. I promise you I do. Oh my God. Let's move on though. Somebody said haters and bitter folks would say and do anything. So Nikki P, you don't believe it? You don't believe it, Nikki P, that's going on? I'm not trying to convince somebody that it's going on, but I'm just saying there have been rumors for quite some time about the two of them. So it does not surprise me. But what is surprising to me is, and I want to know why this said friend who's been friends with Will Smith for over 40 years, why are you speaking out now? If you guys have been friends that long, have the friendship ended? Did he fire you from working with him? Did he cut ties with you and now you're bitter? And you're feeling like, okay, since he did this to me, I'm just going to tell everything. Like, you have to be careful with that. You have to be careful with that, because when people have those types of secrets, sometimes people come up missing. Sometimes they file lawsuits against you. Like, he's telling it all. So I will definitely be watching that interview, because like I said, I've been hearing stuff and I want to see what else he has to say, because that alone right there was just giving, ooh, child, okay. Baby, my bangs was blue all the way that way. I was like, shit, you walked in and saw what? Ooh, child. All right, let's continue, child. Ooh, Lord. Let me check my blood pressure. All right, I'm good. Damn. That was a lot for me. That was a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and play this thing with Darius, child. Darius. All right, let's play this, because y'all know the two of them. They've been going through it, him and Kiki. Lord, I'm about sick of them. All right, so this is what he recorded when he went over to Kiki's house. Now, this alleged recording came whenever he went to Kiki's house unannounced. And I said, this is so weird, because he said that he spoke to Kiki earlier to come over and get their son, but then he gets there and the son is not there. So my thing is, I kind of question now, and I kind of side out the fact that if you talk to her prior to coming over there, and then you get there and she's telling you the baby is not there, that the child is with one of her family members or something else, they're not there. Why would you still come over there? What was your motive for still coming over there if your intentions was to come and pick up your son to go watch football or watch some damn game? Like, what was your motive for just popping up over there like that if you knew that this child was not going to be there? Like, that's weird. If you talk to her, I'm pretty sure she would have told you prior to you getting there that the baby is not here, that it's with a relative. So the fact that you just came over there and it was like a surprise to you that you guys' baby wasn't there, and then you decided you want to record a conversation, shit crazy. Now, Kiki's mom says that she is going to be actually suing Darius because California is a state to where, what is it? Is a non-consent state, meaning that, well, not non-consent, but where you can't record people without their consent, rather. Okay. She's saying that she's suing him because he recorded her without her consent. And in California, they have a law there where you cannot record someone without their consent, meaning you got to say, hey, I'm recording you. Is it okay for me to record you? Blah, blah, blah. Which, of course, she probably would have said, hell no. But he went ahead and recorded her, and she's using that as her stance to fight back, because now he and his family, they're coming to try to sue Kiki's mom, as I was saying this morning, for this alleged threat. All right. Now, let me go ahead and play what was said, and it's going to repeat it a few times so you guys can hear it. Okay. Hold on. Did I pull it the right one? Hold on. I'm tripping. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I got it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm about tired of them fighting, honestly, y'all. I'm really about tired of them fighting. But let me get it. I have it. And I pulled up so many of them. Jesus. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. I'm coming. Okay. Yeah. Is that it? Oh. Lord, what did I do with it, Lord? I try to be ready, y'all. I'm so sorry. It's crazy. Okay, here we go.
Where's my baby?
You better watch out. You might get a bullet in your motherfucker.
Where's my baby?
You better watch out. You might get a bullet in your motherfucker.
Where's my baby?
You better watch out. You might get a bullet in your motherfucker.
Okay, so y'all hear that? Y'all hear that he did that she did threaten him now. So he's using that as a stance to go to the police department and press charges on her, saying that she threatened him, which that is kind of a threat to say that. But she was acting in defense of her daughter being manhandled by him in that moment. Y'all know, when you're a mama and you on the phone and you hear something going on with your child, and I talked about this morning, you're going to be flying off and certain things going to fly out of your mouth and you're not going to be thinking. But he recorded her unbeknownst to her, and he's using said recording to go down and press charges on her. And her stance is that you did not have permission to record me. All right, I'm gonna play it again.
Where's my baby?
You better watch out. You might get a bullet in your motherfucker.
Where's my baby?
You better watch out. You might get a bullet in your motherfucker.
That mama G, ain't she? Bro must be scared. Kiki mama don't, baby. When she went live before and she was talking about him, baby, Kiki mama do not play. She done call. I told y'all she called him a fuck boy and everything. I said, oh my God, she was mad as hell. She snapped on his ass, and that's what he deserved. Because you've been putting paws on her daughter for quite some time now, and she is mad as hell. I would be too. Can't be out here putting hands on people and acting like it's, you know, like it's okay to do that. Like, no, sir. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. What you guys think? Do you guys think that he was right to he was right to record her? And do you think that she was wrong to say what she said to him? I don't think she was wrong. I feel like as a mother, she did what she felt she needed to do because her daughter was in a sticky situation and he was being abusive towards her. Okay. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You shouldn't have been putting hands on him. Okay. Here's one of the pictures here. He's saying he never touched her. He's saying he never touched her. This is where he's trying to wrestle her phone away from her in her house. He broke in her house after she had already broke up with him. He broke in her house. Okay. This is him. He's saying that he's not guilty of anything. He never did anything to her. He didn't touch her. So he is pleading not guilty. These are the stills from the video surveillance from her home. Okay. Yes, you shouldn't have been there. First of all, you came in her house unannounced, listening in on a conversation that you shouldn't have been listening in on. Okay. You broke into her home. If you weren't invited there, then you break it in. It's called trespassing. So she kept the videos of and the still pictures of this said alleged incident. And she went to the police department. According to the police, whenever they came there after he threw her phone and she finally got her phone back, they advised her to go to the police department and file a protection order and press charges. And that's exactly what she did. So his stance is he didn't do anything to her, which is total lies. Total lies. This is him. This is him pushing her over the couch. Okay, thank God for video cameras. Thank God for video cameras. That's him pushing her over the couch, as you guys can see. Very aggressive nature, sir. I don't know how you think you're going to get out of that. Good luck to you. Good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you. Okay. Yeah, that's him. That's him pushing her over the couch. Y'all see that? For those of you that did not get to see the pictures. His stance is that he's not guilty and that he did nothing. That's what he's saying. All right. He's saying he did nothing. This is him trying to force her on the stairs. Okay. For those of you that didn't get to see the pictures, that's him forcing her on the stairs. And she did say that he did body slam her on the stairs as well. Shit's so sad. I hate to see stuff like this happening. I really do. Her mom is doing what any mom would do. This is what her mom had to say about this alleged incident. I'm going to play this. I played it before. I'm going to play it again.
I can't. Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter, the ridiculous stuff that he's posting when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's the biggest fuckboy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women, just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a fuckboy and you're a part of the problem.
And look, and you said it right, Mama. Mama got some G in her. I love it. Mama look like she don't play. And has she been up over there when Darius came up over there on that bullshit? I really believe she probably would have put paws on his ass or did something else. I don't even want to say on here. I don't even want to say on here. He went too far. And now like I said, he's saying not guilty. He did nothing. But sir, the pictures don't lie. You guys saw the pictures. Did that look aggressive to you guys? I'm sorry. Did those pictures look aggressive that he was the aggressor? I mean, hell, you broke in my damn house, nigga. What you thought? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. All right, we're gonna move on, child. Because I don't like stuff like that, child. I'm ready to fight now. I'm ready to fight. She ain't even my kinfolk. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight you, bro. Not my Kiki. Not our Kiki you won't. You will not. I'm ready to fight now. Shit. Don't be putting pause on nobody like that. All right, but let's move on, honey, to the next topic. Next, Zeno, aka Benzino, okay? He is upset because he says that Hollywood, honey, has damaged his daughter, Coi Leray. Y'all know who she is. She has the song Players. Y'all know girls need players too. When I catch another flight, y'all know apple bottom, they gonna want to bite her. That's his daughter. All right. He is saying that first of all, he's saying that she's really not this thug, that she's never slept in cars, this life that she be talking about in interviews. He's saying that that's totally not who she is, that he helped raise her. He says that she never slept in cars or sold drugs, that he always took care of his kids, including her brothers. And let's let him tell you, child. He's mad as hell.
She said she slept in cars. Queen never slept in no fucking car that I know about. You know, I had my daughter 5 months out the year. I was with her mother until she was 9. Then I had her from 9 to 16. 5 months out the year, she'd be with me. She lived with me twice. She lived here in Atlanta with me, and she went to Campbell High School. Like, I was a single dad, and I was taking care of my kids, all my kids, and her 2 older brothers by 2 other men that wasn't mine. So when I'm watching this, I'm just looking at somebody, she look like she's almost brainwashed. You know, like, she ain't never slept in no car and sold drugs and all this. Like, I don't know why she's running with this narrative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is crazy. I've never seen no shit like this. But the label's perpetuating it. The people who run the label, they're all perpetuating it. And then the sad thing is, like, the people who interview her, they're all down with it too. Angela Yee. Angela Yee in 1994 was a part of a group of people who wanted Dave Mays to step down from the magazine because he put an article about me and my group, the RSO, in the magazine. Angela Yee, 1994. Imagine that. So me and her never got along. Me and Angie Martinez never got along. Ever. They was biting Eminem's dick so bad that it was like, it was just, you know, it was to the point where, you know, she'd be on there interviewing with him and calling me that dude. So they don't fuck with me. So what is the worst thing to use somebody's child to manipulate them against him? She has children. She has a kid by the kid from Cisco's group. She wouldn't want to be involved with that. If nobody would want their kid to be led into questions to go against their parents, and that's what she did.
So he's upset that y'all know Coi Leray does not want to have a relationship with him for whatever reason. They had a falling out some years ago, and she's chosen not to have him in her life. And of course, her career has grown, and he's popped up at a few of her shows. I saw videos online, and she just didn't acknowledge him. Now, one show she did give him a hug because he was just so like, oh God, he telling everybody, that's my daughter, that's my daughter. Like he was so proud of her, and he kind of went towards the stage and she saw him. She did give him a hug, and he was kind of emotional because y'all know they ain't been having that moment for quite some time. But he's upset because he feels that the industry has brainwashed her and told her things to make her feel like she's somebody different than who he raised. So he is upset that she won't have a relationship with him. And he's just like, look, I kind of helped her get to where she is, and I've been a great dad to her. Okay. I have been a good dad to her and helped raise her. So he's like, he don't understand why they are where they are. And he wants a relationship with her, but he feels like certain people in the industry is keeping him away from having a relationship with her. All right. So I don't know. It's press to them. That's got to be hard from him. You know, turning on the TV and seeing your daughter being this huge star now, that's nominated for Grammys now. Okay. And it happened so fast. Her career took off really, really fast. So it's got to be hard for him to see that, and then he can't kind of be there and congratulate her and bask in that you know moment with her, to see her and her career kind of take off like it is. She don't want him in her life. It's weird. I want them to figure it out because I'm tired of their asses on social media going back and forth about it. Damn, it's sad. It's so sad. But everybody deserves to be in their parents' life if they can make it happen, unless there's some type of abuse or something like that going on. But he really wants to be there, and it's looking like he's just not going to stop until she gives in and gives him a place in her life, okay? So I hope they figure it out. He obviously loves his daughter. Like I said, he's popped up at a few of her shows, and he just wants to be acknowledged. Like, hey, I'm your dad. I took care of you. Like, why won't you acknowledge me? Why are you acting like this? But according to him, he feels that she's been brainwashed by the industry and people in the industry. And he named a few names, and that's who he feels that kind of damaged her. So I don't know. I don't like speaking on stuff like that, but I hope they figure it out, because at the end of the day, that is his child. Okay, that is his child. But let's get on to this interview, honey, with Royce Reed. It's a very good interview. It is part 2 of the Carlos King interview with Royce. Okay. Okay, hold on. It's a very good interview too. I watched it. It's part 2 of the interview with Royce Reed. All right, we're gonna play it. Let me get past the stupid ad. Royce was very transparent. She also got emotional, guys. This particular part, she talks about the relationship between she and Dwight Howard and how crazy it was. Okay, and she got emotional and broke down, started crying. Carlos actually had to like hug her. Okay.
No matter how I say it or how I do it, whatever tactic I take, it still comes across like I did it the wrong way. You know, people are like, what we supposed to do with this information? You know, people like to say that, or why is this on the internet? Take it to the court. Y'all don't think I've done that? I'm an aunt.
I'm going to listen, because I don't know how Carlos feel about us sharing his stuff.
Hey, Raindrops. Before we get into this episode, I want to invite you to join my community, my YouTube community, honey, of subscribers. So please make sure to subscribe to this channel. I love when y'all comment on my posts and my...
I'm going to move it on, because Carlos, I don't really want to hear you. All right, so let's get into the interview.
Really hard. I was told I couldn't put his name on the baby registry. I was told that
Can everybody hear?
Put Dwight Howard's name on the
I couldn't put father's name. I couldn't put the last name on my baby shower invitations. They were asking me to sign all this stuff, all these NDAs, and I was like, no, you know. His was offering to pay me to say that Raylan wasn't his. I have all, y'all seen my bag with all the phones and stuff in it? It's the same when it comes to email. Like, I keep everything. I have all those phones because I just wanted to have, I guess, a moment where even if I wasn't here anymore, people found it and they were able to get into them, that they would see everything. Because I never thought that I would get a chance to really tell my story, because, I mean, y'all have seen everything I've gone through throughout all these years, even with, you know, this injunction thing. And people ask me, like, don't you have a gag order? It's an injunction. And I was lied to about what it was. I was told it's just saying that you won't talk bad about him on the show. I said, well, I don't have a desire to do that anyway, because I was being told that the show was going to just show, you know, positive stuff like our jobs and stuff. So I didn't have an issue with that. So I signed it.
So the White's people gave you this document.
They gave it to my attorney.
He didn't read it?
He did. He had to read it. He had to have read it. He claims it wasn't the same thing.
But you thought you were signing a document just saying, do not talk about Dwight Howard. But instead, unfortunately, you signed a document that people call a gag order, where is it in perpetuity that you can't talk about him forever?
It basically is supposed to be like, it's so bad where it's like, if I'm even in the vicinity of someone talking about him, I'm supposed to leave. It's that bad.
That's
but
so
I have
crazy.
a great attorney now. And it's like, we're definitely like going through all the appeals and stuff because clearly he's already in violation of it all because he posts Braylon. He talks about Braylon. He's had Braylon on TV. So, it's like, it's null and void at this point. And I think that's also why he's so scared of me talking now because I was so scared for so long. I would say little things, just to kind of test the air. And then it was always still like coming back on me because he was still baby Jesus. It's the man who wanted to put the cross on the logo. You know what I mean? Like, how dare she say anything bad about him? It has just been really rough. And even like when Mimi passed, which is one of the moms, we were close. And he'd been trying to get everybody to come there for quarantine. And
so Dwight wanted all the mothers of his children to be together during quarantine.
Yeah, because he swore the world was ending. The world is flat. Nobody's ever been to the moon. All this is happening now because of the sun getting closer to Earth. And it was all this craziness. But what it came down to was when Mimi passed, he called and he was so hysterical on the phone. And it sounded genuine. It sounded like he really did want to change. And I felt like I owe this to Braylon because anytime Braylon wanted to try and have a relationship with him, I was open to it. It didn't matter what he had done to me in the past. It was about Braylon. And I just felt like I owed it to him to go. And we went. And my first night there, we had dinner. And they were saying, people were laughing, joking, playing around. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, I don't want to dampen the mood. But what changed? Like, what brought all this on? I said, because I can't feel comfortable sleeping, here, and I don't hear it from you. Mm-hmm. Mm. And it was like, I've changed and, I just want to be a better father. I want to be a better person and all this sounded so great. And we were there for 2 months. And it was a lot of stuff that was going on. It was conversations that were being had with Braylon that I didn't appreciate. When Braylon was with me, I didn't allow him to even listen to the regular radio until he was 10. We were Chuggington, we were Thomas the Train. We would build towers. We went to Monster Jam. He was very young, and I'm saying all this because things get shut down when you have a lot of money. Cases all of a sudden just go away when you have a lot of money. And he's threatened me more than once. Mm. And the one thing he said to me that has rung true throughout all these years is if I ever left him, that he would make my life a living hell. And he has. Mm. Mm. And when I say all this stuff about me keeping my phones, it has been because I feel like every day I'm looking over my shoulder. I feel like every day, I feel like there's almost even a hit out on me because I am talking now. Wow. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. There are other people there during quarantine that feel the same way. I was bitten by his dog. Yeah.
You feel your life is in danger?
I do.
Really?
I do. My brother lives with me. Because I don't feel comfortable living by myself. I had my mom and Braylon ride with me here because I didn't know if anybody else knew that I was coming. And yeah.
What happened between you and Dwight to where things are this bad?
I left.
You left. And you left him when?
When I left him after, so Braylon was about 2.5. And that was around the time that I was mentioning the situation with the nanny because my child was just not acting right. And I was always a liar. I'm making this up. I confronted her about it one time. She went back and said I threatened her. I said I did not threaten a lady. I promised. And then he came to the house one time and he was coming to pick up Braylon. And I didn't have a bag packed. So he followed me in Braylon's room and he said, pack the bag. And then the second time was in front of his friend. And it was also in front of my goddaughter. And I had a Slurpee. I remember I go on to 7-Eleven and he always wanted orange sodas. So I didn't have an orange soda in the refrigerator. So he got upset about it and he knocked the Slurpee out of my hand in the middle of the house. And that was when I realized, like, I got to get out of this. I talked about it. I had mentioned it. Never went anywhere.
Yeah, Bill.
Secrets out. This is
All right,
the next
sorry
step
for the
for
ad,
sensitive
guys.
skin. Arm & Hammer.
Y'all liking this interview so far? She's going to tell a lot of stuff, guys. Oh, my God. She's going to tell a lot of stuff.
That's also why I think it came down to that whole even injunction thing. I think it was a trick because I had already complained about a lot of stuff. I had already said so much about how he was treating me. And now I'm finna do a show. No, we gotta figure out a way for her to like not be able to say anything. So that's how that came about.
There's been a lot of stuff going on recently in terms of accusations, right? One of them being you recently got arrested. You pled not guilty to allegations as a child endangerment. Child neglect. Because, and again, there's our minors involved, so I don't want to get too much in the weeds of it. So I'm not going to really address that part of it. But something's going on with your son, allegedly, by you being the parent. They'd arrested you for child negligence. You pled not guilty. What is going on with that situation?
So it's getting dismissed. I'm going to go like it's a program. Like I have to do this parenting class online and like some community service, and they're just going to dismiss it because it's unfounded. They don't have anything, right? And it's
hey guys, let's get the likes up. Thank you for everyone in the bushes as well. You guys are welcome to be here. Let's get the likes up though, okay? This is a great interview. Let's get the likes up, okay, guys? Thank you.
The same with my ex. But what happened with me was, I want to say it was miscommunication between the attorneys and the state or whatever, because what we thought was Braylon was okay with being around anybody as long as it's supervised, right? And they ended up saying, oh, no, that's not true. So I got arrested. My ex got arrested. And then now all of this is all over the internet. And it was so much in that document that was not shown. And so I kind of felt like it was purposeful.
To make you look bad.
Yeah. Why now is it just me? Why am I the only one getting fingers pointed? You see what I'm saying? So now even when I walked in today and I was like emotional, it's because he's now trying to act like I'm an unfit parent. And he's talking about filing for custody and like completely stopping child support and all this stuff because, you know, he's like, well, technically he can't have any overnights with you. Braylon is with me almost every day. If he's not in school, he with me. I don't care if I have to go through rain, sleet, snow. I'm going to be with my child.
There you go.
That's more than I can say for him. Like, he's never there. He's never been there.
And you've always felt like a single mom since you've had him.
Yeah. But
you're somebody who's been private since you left Basketball Wives, and you purposely took yourself out of the public eye. You have been focused on your endeavors, cheerleading, coach, dance coach, all those things. And this story comes out where we live in a world now where if one blog talks about it and every single blog picks it up. How were you during that time when you lived pretty much a shelter life after Basketball Wives, only to have this come up again? How was that for you?
It was definitely hard. I had a few panic attacks. I think that was around the time that I ended up getting my license for my medical license because my anxiety pills weren't working, you know? So I was actually having a lot of like panic anxiety attacks. And I was more like hurt for my child than I was for me. You know, as a parent, it's like you want to take all their hurt and put it on you. So I think me trying to like hold him. We're also talking about a day and age where you have a young man or a young child whose father is idolized. And people know him and they look up to him. And he's just sitting there and he wants that person to like love him, you know? So
it's tough.
Yeah, I also had no idea.
Okay, so for those of you joining, we're having a this is the interview with Carlos King and Royce Reed from Basketball Wives, and she's talking about her experience with basketball player Dwight Howard. As you guys know, she has a son with him. Okay, she's going to get into real deep details in terms of what she endured in her relationship with him, in terms of co-parenting and just her relationship. Period. Okay, very, very deep, dark secrets. Okay, here we go.
That's what I was walking into during quarantine. You know, because even during quarantine, I'm falling for shit. I'm being told all these things. I'm being sold all these dreams. You know what I mean? So we escaped. I say that to everybody. We escaped at like 3:00 in the morning, one morning during quarantine.
Escape, y'all. You hear the word escape.
There's been things going on with Dwight recently. There's been accusations of, well, he's currently being sued by a man who's alleging sexual things that was going on between them allegedly, along with a trans person as well. What are your thoughts about all of that? Hey, raindrops. Yeah.
All right, so let's get past this part. He's selling his merch, child. You guys enjoying this interview so far? I'm enjoying this.
Carlos King.
All right, let's get past.
You know, I have spoken to that, you know, to this person, and my advice to them as well was live in your truth. You know, I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. But, you know, they were scared as well. And I'm like, I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what not to do. All I can say is live in your truth and do what you feel you need to do to, like, be able to live your life. You know what I mean? That's really all I said. And that was actually a conversation that I had like over a year ago. So
this been going on a while.
You know, I kind of thought it was a dead issue until it was on the internet.
You made a comment that Dwight allegedly asked you to be the matriarch
Yes.
of a polygamy quest.
Oh, it's not allegedly. I have the message. I got all the messages.
So when you say polygamy,
he wanted her to be the main chick of this polygamy quest that he was trying to get together of his all his side chicks. So he wanted Royce to be the main chick in this polygamy or polygamous relationship type situation, and she said, "Hell no."
To be in a relationship with multiple women with him, that's something he desired.
Yes.
And has requested of you.
Yes.
And the matriarch of that meeting, the queen bee of the other women.
Wow.
What was that conversation like?
I said no. And I was definitely like, I still want to like date and possibly have another child, like, and not from you. You know, I'm like, I don't mind like helping you out. And it was an idea of all of us staying on the estate because he was like, I know Tyler Perry. I can get you in movies. I can get you to some auditions with him, all this stuff. And I was like, but why me? I'm like, I'm the one that you get into it with the most. He's like, yeah, but it's because, you know, I'll be knowing that you be right. You know, he's like, you real smart. I have the messages.
Is this during the quarantine?
This is all during quarantine. Yeah.
When you all were living together,
yes.
So the idea may have became a realization for him, at least, when everybody's under the same roof.
But it was only two of us. It would have been three, but Mimi passed. So it was only two of us that were there. But, you know, she didn't know, like, what he was saying to me until, like, later on. And she ended up leaving. But it was all these, like, he tried one time to pretend like he thought he was texting his friend by saying, man, I keep thinking about Royce. I can't get her out my head. Again, I have them in my phone. I keep everything. That's why I don't know why people play with me. But again, when I say we escaped because there was a lot of activity happening that night prior that no children should ever see. And even I felt like I was like walking through a Twilight Zone. Like we got people peeing in seats. We have people hanging off a balcony, throwing up. Like, this is a joke to y'all.
Oh, while her child is there.
Angry, it's like his face almost looks like a skeleton. And it's like his teeth like are bulging, you know what I'm saying, in his head. And he's just angry. And it's so scary. It's so scary. And I just I felt like I needed to go. And I left with Braylon. We packed my car and everything. And I told him I was leaving. But I think he thought I was leaving the next day because he had even told him not to let me out the gate.
That's hostage, ain't it?
And then he did the same shit a couple weeks ago when he just showed up at Braylon's school after Braylon asked him not to because he was trying to have his own identity. Braylon don't play football. He's not even on JV. Why are you showing up to a high school football game? When he asked you not to.
And one of the things we saw recently is the wife posting videos of him hanging out with Braylon. And you made a post about out of 365 days a year, you only do this a handful of times. Don't make this True Thursdays. Are you just tired?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point now where it's like, I don't want to say I don't care what people think because that's a lie. I think to a certain extent, everybody cares what people think. But I don't think I give a shit about how people feel I should tell my truth. Rather than you find it in my phones because I'm now dead somewhere. I'd rather you hear it from me. And what comes of that will come. But one thing that you will never hear me do when it comes to him or my child, my family, my life general, is lie. And he knows that. That's why even me talking about certain things and me saying like, oh, I'll post it. You know, I got the messages. Like when I say I keep everything, I keep everything. The phones that y'all saw weren't even really all the phones that I have. The ones that are very, very important to me, they're not even at my house.
There you go.
On purpose. Because I think like that.
What is it that you want the world to know about Royce Reed? That you feel like they don't know, or they have this misconception of you? Like what? Because when I look at you, you're a strong woman. You're very strong. And it pains me to hear what you're going through, but it pains me more because I can feel the energy from you. I feel like you're struggling to get through every day because you just don't know what the day is going to be, and you just don't know what's going to happen. And that breaks my heart to know that you have to live your life every day like that.
This Thanksgiving,
let's get over the edge, guys. This is a great, and I'm glad she's talking finally after all these years of him having her muzzled to where she can't tell anything or couldn't tell everything. We're back. She's getting emotional.
I'm sorry. I keep promising myself I'm not going to cry over him. I think I'm misunderstood. I think I feel trapped in a lot of ways because I feel like no matter how I say it or how I do it, whatever tactic I take, it still comes across like I did it the wrong way. People are like, what we supposed to do with this information? People like to say that, or why is this on the internet? Take it to the court. Y'all don't think I've done that? I'm an ant fighting an elephant. Like, money talks. I had so much money saved, Carlos. I had so much money saved from when I was doing that show. And now I'm like living check to check because I have to pay attorney fees. Because every year he files something, some bullshit, every single year.
That you have to pay to defend.
Yes, because I have to defend. That's what people don't understand either. Like, if they file a motion, you have to answer it. Otherwise, they win by default. Even if it's some bullshit. And that's what I've been going through. Like, every time I think about it, like, I even went through a time where I didn't even put my money in the bank because of what he had done to my mom's account. He garnished my mom's account.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he won that judgment. Because I said Braylon was his son on Wendy Williams. That's when that lawsuit came out. Remember that $500 million thing?
He sued her for $500 million, y'all.
But it's true. Why was it?
Because, again, if I'm even in a room where somebody says his name, he could sue me for it. That's how it's that bad. But now that he's doing all these things, it's like, again, it's null and void. And I think he don't realize that.
Right.
But, like, it really... That's the part that, like, I think breaks me the most because I was smart with my money. You know what I mean? So when he did that to my mom, it was like, Like, who the fuck are you? Like, are you really this evil?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and me and my mom had a joint account that I've had since I was in high school. So there wasn't even anything going in that account for me. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So, but since she was attached to it, they took hers. My mom's a guidance counselor. You know what I'm saying? And then every time that she's asked him about it throughout these years, I don't know what you're talking about. I never did that. Yes, you did. Well, I don't remember that. Then give it back.
I was going to say, did you ever give it back?
No. That's why people are like, oh, it can't be him. He got people working for him. It's these people in his ear. I don't give it. No. This is a grown-ass man. I'm tired of people saying, oh, he's just young. He ain't young anymore, people. This man is almost 40. This is him. This is who he is. And his parents know it. But, you know, just like every mama is with their child, that's still my baby. I get it. But one thing I never do is say, not my child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that parent.
Wow.
So, again, with me, misunderstood, unheard, and I hate to say this because every time I say it, my friends, my mom, they get so mad at me, but it's my truth. I feel broken. And I know people say, oh, you're so strong. It's a facade. Like, I feel like I have to be this way because when my mom sees me hurt, just like when I see my child hurt, it breaks her. You know what I mean? And I have to put on a face.
Well, look, I'm here to tell you this too shall pass. I know that may not be the reality in the moment, and I'm fully aware of that. What I'm saying to you is I can feel your energy healing in this very moment, and that you're being heard today. You're being heard today. I hear you loud and clear. They hear you loud and clear. And I'm happy that you were able to clear the air because...
See, even with you saying that, though, that scares me because I still know that there's some people in my family that are going to be like, why did you feel the need to share that? Why did you think everybody needed to know that? You know?
I get that.
You know, I get the whole thing even with Black people in therapy. Like, I go, you know? But again, within our culture, it's like, you know, you don't air your dirty laundry. Then how else you gonna clean it?
Find out why people
are giving naturally yellow toothpaste 5 stars. She's getting into it, guys. I love this. I love this. She's putting it all out there. Wow, wow, wow.
Figuratively and literally, you have to cleanse yourself from it in order to heal. And listen, you and I were offline about other stuff too, because I want to make sure you're good. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
She's breaking down, guys. I'm going to show you guys this part.
I'm happy you decided to do this with me because
she's breaking down.
I can tell you just wanted to be heard.
Aww.
And it's going to be okay.
Aww.
It is.
Royce.
It's going to be okay.
You could tell she's been through a lot. Them some hurt tears right there. That's some hurt that she has not talked about, that she has not let out. You can tell she's been holding that in for a long time.
Spiritual person, and with spirituality comes a sense of relief and faith, where you know that things are going to get better because it has to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Let it out, girl. Let it out.
And always know this, baby. And this is my testimony, okay? You are strong, not from some facade.
She's boohooing, y'all.
The way you're able to speak and the way you're able to tell your truth. You're going to heal a lot of people. Okay? You're going to be good. You're going to be good. You're going to be good. Because, bitch, you look good. Okay? You still can read. And it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Okay? It's going to be fine. Because you didn't drive me for 3 hours and just be crying, child.
I like the way he turned that around and got her out of that
my
moment.
nails done.
Girl, look at my nails. Look, they all messed up and weird.
All right, so we're listening.
Because, honey,
Well, you already know I don't dress for anybody. But
exactly. I flew down to Florida because I said, honey, I will go where Royce Reed needs me. And I'm happy. You have no idea. This means the world to me. I have loved you since 2009, honey, when you came on our show. And like I said, you pop, locked, and dropped the shot for the world to see. And you will be back on television. Okay? Because we're going to talk anyway.
That means you're going to get her working.
On top of that, before I let you go, in a magical universe, because we're about to end on those tears.
Yes.
So the magical universe, if there was a Basketball Wives All-Stars edition, okay, and you, honey, were a part of that show, who else would you like to be a part of the show with you? All-Stars edition.
Yes. So, because I know business is business. So I gotta be honest. I know outside of me, Tammy, of course.
Yes.
Just for business purposes, you gotta bring Evelyn. Jen.
Yeah.
Laura and Gloria.
Baby.
Yeah.
I missed those two.
Yeah, they were good TV. I like Brandy and Malaysia. Like, I loved their relationship. I heard like they've fallen out, but I just thought their relationship was too good to just like let it go. Yeah. And they were also good for TV.
They were.
So, yeah.
That's a good list.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'd even bring back, I think, like Kristen. Like, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You like Kristen?
I like Kristen. Yeah. She was like petite, but she was too. Like,
you sound like I see a little resemblance too.
Like
petite, cute, brown skin. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go, Royce. She looks good too, don't she, y'all?
See what happens. Okay, so Royce, after this interview, everybody's gonna want to know what you're up to, what you're doing. Let the world know how they can find you, follow you, and support everything you have going on.
Okay. My Instagram is Royce Reed. Easy.
Follow.
Yeah. I'm really not doing much of anything else. I do TikTok every now and then. I used to be on it a lot more, but TikTok is Royce Reed. And then follow my team, BCU Back Cats. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to follow all of that. Thank you, baby. I love you. I'm so happy you did this, and you are changing lives. Just know that.
Thank you.
Okay? Yes. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you, Raindrop. That was good. Thanks, baby. We can stand up now.
Oh, sorry.
So that is the end of part 2, guys. I'm not sure if it's going to be a part 3. If it is, we'll cover it over here as well, because I'm enjoying this interview with Roy. She's been very, very open, very transparent in this interview. She's crying again. Great interview. What do you guys think about that? Did y'all enjoy that? I always liked Royce. I told y'all before, I've always liked Royce. Royce was the one that was always counted out on Basketball Wives, but she was, to me, Royce was the most genuine out of all the other girls. And finding out on part 1 of the interview, she actually was the one to pitch the show and not Shani. Ain't that crazy? Royce pitched Basketball Wives and not Shani. And then they got her in there and mistreated her and bullied her. Shani got with Evelyn and bullied this girl on the show to where she just had to just bow out gracefully and say, I can't be on this show anymore because it's too much. She was tired of fighting. I mean, the final straw was when Evelyn threw that glass at her. And it's surprising to me that she was still allowed to be on the show even after she threw that glass and hit her. I didn't like that. And the fact that Shani still allowed Evelyn to be on there after that. But of course, we know them two are buddy. But part two, I do like the way she kind of put and aired Dwight Howard out, because his ass need to be aired out. The way he treated her and tried to control her and then try to ask her to be in this polygamous relationship. And she had to be like, hell no. Between all of his baby mamas. So he wanted to round up all his baby mamas and Royce be the main chick out of all his baby mamas, which of course y'all know one of his baby mamas passed away. So it was going to be between Royce and another baby mama. And I think he was going to add somebody else in there that he was actually messing with as well. Just sick, twisted behavior. And I feel like his son, and I said it before, I feel like his son saw something at his house, Dwight Howard. Okay. Everything said in this video is alleged. Fair use. Okay. And I'm gonna say allegedly. I feel like Royce's son saw something at Dwight Howard's house, which is what made him do what he did with said teenager. Okay, I'm gonna say it like that so we can keep it clean. Okay, y'all know Royce had to go to jail behind her son inappropriately touching another kid that was I think Royce's boyfriend's child. And I think that son saw something at Dwight Howard's house, because they were saying that Dwight had like trannies and all that over there when his son would be over there. So it was something he had to have seen. And when Royce said that they all stayed there during the pandemic, all the baby mamas and everybody was staying there, I feel like all the stuff that she was seeing, these are, and imagine now he's doing all this out in the open. She was saying people were peeing in seats, people were throwing up, people were drinking, people were partying. Mind you, kids are there. So he wasn't even thinking about the fact that my children are here. Maybe I shouldn't show this in front of my kids. He just had no filter when it came to his kids. So I feel like his son was damaged in his care. And that's just my honest opinion. I feel like he saw some shit that he probably shouldn't have seen, and he did what he did. And then it's unfortunate that Royce had to be locked up behind it and have a whole mugshot, in which she did say that situation is getting dropped because she has to take some kind of parental classes or whatever online. And I think Dwight has to take parental classes as well. But I'm just like, oh my God, what are y'all talking about in the chat? Y'all cracking me up. But very heartbreaking. I hated to see her break down, but she needed that release, because you can tell that Royce is the type of person, she don't like to show emotion. And she's always seen as this strong individual. But sometimes you just run out of being strong, and you got to let that mess out. I'm not a crier, and y'all know that about me. I tell y'all that all the time. But sometimes you got to have some type of release to get that out, because it's like you feel, it looked like she's about to explode sitting up there talking about this. Okay. And all it took was for Carlos to reach over there and grab her hand and just kind of, like, it's okay, let it out. Like, you ain't got to hold on to this. You sitting here talking about it. Hey, release this, honey, because it's going to, you can tell you've been holding it for a while. So I'm glad she was able to be vulnerable and cry a little bit. I don't like to cry, but sometimes I guess it's okay when you get so full like that with everything that she went through with Dwight, and where he was going after her mom and garnishing her mom's bank account. And she's just a regular 9-to-5 worker, just like most of us. Okay. So it was sad that her mom had to go through that, and that he bullied her through the court system. And even went as far as bankrupting her like he did, to where now she says she's paycheck to paycheck because he keeps taking her to court. He's got the money to keep going to court. She don't have the money to keep going. And he knows that. He knows that she don't have the money to keep going to court. So he keeps filing all these little petty bullshit lawsuits against her, so that she'll have to answer and have to keep paying to get representation, so that he can continue to control her. And that's what he wants to do. Oh, you're not going to do what I want you to do? I'm going to file another lawsuit. I'm going to tap your pockets, because I know that's going to bother you. I know that's going to hurt you. And then the fact that he's now trying to take her son away. And we already know with these athletes, that's the going thing. They don't want to pay child support. Oh, I'm going to take the child. I'm going to take the child. 9 times out of 10, the child ain't even going to be with you, because you're still playing in the league, which means you're going to be traveling. You're not going to be there to raise that child. So why interrupt that child from being with its mom only because you want to be on your get back? Like, seriously? I see Dwight Howard in a completely different light. And the rumors that have been going around for years about him being with men and trannies, Now it took a whole court order and a lawsuit for his ass to be exposed. He had to admit that he was actually doing that because he was being sued for inappropriately touching and probably R-wording somebody against their will, because the guy was saying that he told him, no, I'm not doing this, because he didn't know that another person, another trainee or whatever was going to be there at Dwight Howard's house. When he went over there, it's supposed to have been a one-on-one date. Once he went into DMs, y'all remember, we talked about it. He gets there and it's a trainee there, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to leave. He was saying Dwight Howard pinned him down and made him do things that he did not want to do, and was very aggressive and was hovering over him. You guys have seen how big Dwight Howard is. He's 6'10". So a motherfucker like that hovering over you, that's going to be scary as hell. And then the fact that he's making you do sexual things that you don't want to do. Like, Dwight, you a creep, dude. I'm sorry. You a whole creep out here. A whole creep. I'm glad Royce is speaking out. I hope there's a part 3, because I feel like it's some more she needs to tell. Like, that was very telling. I'm so happy because she was not able to tell her story on Basketball Wives, which is sad because she had to be walking around kind of piggybacking off the bullshit that was going on the show, other people's storylines. She couldn't talk about her life. So all these years she's had to hold on to the things that she's gone through, and it's so sad. Somebody said, I can't stand Shaq. Right. She talked about Shaq as well. Thanks for adding that in there. She talked about Shaq, how he was coming for her, and she told him no. He kept coming for, even after she said, no, I'm not giving you my number. He went behind her back to a mutual friend of theirs and got her number and began texting her, asking her out, and she turned down his advances. Then she says he cursed her out, guys. Shaq, big Shaq, hooping Shaq, cussed her out, okay, because she turned down his advances. And then she went to Shani to let Shani know, hey, you know, Shaq, this is during the time that Shani was married to Shaq, said, hey, you know, Shaq has been texting me, and I told him, look, nah, I ain't doing nothing with you, but I'm letting you know because we about to be on this show together, and I don't want it to come out in no other way. So she was trying to be a friend to her, and then Shani goes and tells Evelyn, which then Evelyn starts bullying her on the show. So she really never had a chance from the beginning. It was like she was already written off from the beginning. It's so sad. But Royce, girl, thank you for telling your story. Carlos did a great interview with this, per usual. I'm not a huge fan of Carlos, I ain't even gonna lie. But I do like the way he handled her in this interview. I gotta say that. He handled her very well in this interview. He was very sympathetic to those really vulnerable moments that she had, and I like the fact that he kind of embraced her, okay? Because most people just doing interviews, you don't see him reach over and embracing people, but I'm glad he had that type of rapport with her to where he can reach over in that moment, because she needed that. Roy's been holding that for a while. She needed that embrace to help pull some of that out, and sometimes that's all it takes, guys. When somebody's going through something like that, all it takes sometimes is a hug to help pull somebody up out of that, some encouraging words, you know, say, hey, I'm there for you. Even if you don't want to talk about your deep, dark secrets, sometimes just a hug, sometimes just a hug and embrace to let that person know that you're there for them, and that it's okay to let this out. You ain't got to hold on to it. You're not in this by yourself. And that's the action that he was giving her. So I was happy to see that. The interview was very good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I wanted to play something about Ernesto tonight, but we're going to hold off because I don't want to dampen the mood. I want us to kind of stay in this zone with the Royce Reed interview with Carlos King. But we will, of course, have a pop-in tomorrow, and I may play that with Ernesto, because he did find out, guys, that his phone calls were leaked on YouTube per Sonya. Okay, I'll go ahead and spoil it. Sonya let Ernesto know that his phone calls with her, as well as Shirley Strawberry, have been leaked on social media through the bloggers, and he was mad as hell. Okay. So I'm gonna play that. I guess we'll play it tomorrow. And probably in addition to part 2 of season 3 of Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion, because y'all know we started part 1 last night. Okay, but we're gonna get on out of here. I will not do a panel tonight because I got to get my show together for in the morning. That's gonna push us back a little bit too late. But I hope you guys enjoyed the interview for Royce. I hope you guys enjoyed all the other topics. Go in the comments and let me know what you guys feel about what we talked about tonight. With Dwayne Martin and Will Smith. Okay, if you guys, y'all heard about that. We talked about that. I played the clip from his best friend exposing him, airing him out, which we've already heard about Will Smith kind of being out there like that. But y'all go ahead and let me know what y'all think about that. as well as the other topics that we discussed tonight. Okay, love you guys all the way down. Mods, thank y'all for keeping the trolling down. Thank y'all for doing so good and keeping the trolling down and keeping the chat running and keeping the likes up for me. Okay, guys, if you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out so we can like this video, let YouTube know that it's popping over here, that you guys are enjoying the content on this platform. Okay, I'm gonna continue to keep pulling good topics for you guys so that you guys can come over and get some great commentary as well as great topics. Okay, I want to keep it interesting, and you guys are welcome to send me topics that you would like for me to review as well in my of course my email, caramelrail75@gmail.com. Send it there and I will look it over. I will do my review on it and all of that, and I'll get back and we'll do it. Okay, we'll put it out there so that you guys can hear the topics that you guys enjoy. All right, thank you, Bill Wilson. Thank you, Linda Gamble. Thank you, Tyra, for modding for me tonight. All right, and anyone else that was helping in the chat. All right, I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's get out of here because we do have Car Chronicles in the morning team. Somebody said rest well. Thank you so much, Don Penny. All right, let's get out of here. Good night. Love you guys down to the ground, and goodbye. Goodbye.